Hi, my name is Bret Erickson. I am writer-director of Dogtag.
Hey, I'm Jaxson Silmaro, and I played Scott in Dogtag.
We are here talking about this movie I made 4 years ago with 5-6 people, help of a couple other people, but generally just me. I couldn't drive. Jax couldn't drive back then, so we had to do this all on our own. Very flawed. Got a lot of mistakes in it, but there's that opening shot right there of the eye. Name a more pretentious first shot.
I remember taking that image. That was what in my
That was
in
an
my
image we
apartments,
took
right?
the day before we left.
First day, yeah.
These title cards, I like them because they look like the Batman animated series title cards. They're the exact same ones they use for the main Batman animated series title cards. Recorded this footage the day we were filming. Just put the camera outside the car and started recording. Can't get more natural than that. Look at that bright sun. No brightness reduction. That is just the sun hanging out. We worked with Anna Tandy on this, Lucas Rigsby on this, 2 other great actors. Couldn't get them here today, but really great stuff. Look at that castle. And I'm going to move the camera to the right in a minute so everything gets centered. Look at that. There we go. I've seen this movie quite a few times.
Yeah, so we went to the castle prior to this, right? To plan out your shots.
Yeah, that's right. So I wrote the script before even ever seeing the castle. I think the famous freeze frame. Sorry, I'll come back. I exported this movie like 7 times, and it freeze framed at important times every single time. And that was the one time I exported it. It wasn't on an important part, so I just had to keep it. There's Lucas and there's Anna in the back there. No, so I wrote the whole script before even going to the castle, and I laid out the castle in the script if you read it. And when we walked in, it was pretty much accurate to exactly how I wrote it. There was, of course, a couple differences, but when I walked in, I talked about how the opening completely opens up in front of him, and there's animal heads all above him, and there's a door directly in front of him. I mean, it was weird. It was our first Dogtag moment of the script, that there was something weird going on. The script's also 22 pages, only 22 pages, 21 pages or so, and this movie's about 33 minutes long, so it was my first inkling of my scripts are a lot shorter than the outcome runtime of my movies.
See anything you like?
Look at your young little face there.
Oh yeah.
Baby face.
Well then, it looks like we got the perfect...
So we filmed this during COVID, and I forgot about that.
Yes, we
did.
did.
I would like to know about the trials and tribulations because I don't remember.
So yeah, it was a at times very challenging thing to work around. This is the house of Anna's grandparents, and they were, of course, very particular about mask rules. They don't want to get sick, and of course, us as actors did not want to get sick. I remember we actually did social distance between takes. One of the rules that the family put on was that we needed to put on our mask between takes, and man, I got in trouble so many times because Brett would have me do a take where I'm running down the hall, for example, and they're in the room right around the corner, and I run in, the take was just about to end, I don't have my mask on, they're like, mask. I'm like, okay. I felt like an asshole, but
my god, I don't remember wearing a mask at all. I know I did, I'm sure I did.
You did,
but I don't remember. That's hilarious.
Oh, this actually, going to this room reminds me of the trials and tribulations of working in a house full of mirrors.
Oh, tell me about it. Even tell me in editing, when I was editing, there were so many shots I cannot use this shot because I'm just in center frame. I'm not even on the left of frame or the right of frame. I'm
You're just there.
Dead center. So there was a couple times where I was lucky that we got an extra shot, or I could use the end of one shot. Sometimes I had to cut some scenes so much that it's kind of hard to understand. We're in the section of the movie, I'm not trying to talk too bad on it, but the obligatory horror movie section we got to explain. We got no Wi-Fi here. You're out in the middle of nowhere. We're not going to be talking to you that much. Just so the audience knows that he's completely alone.
And this is the first little
inkling that something is beyond that door. So we're getting close to some dialogue stuff that's coming up. My biggest change I would make to this movie, what I told the actors, especially Lucas, is I wanted him to, my exact words were, I want you to act how to act. So I want you you're an insane human being that's murdering all those people. Spoilers for those who haven't seen Dogtag. But my idea was I wanted you to be innocent because of, especially Rosemary's Baby was a huge inspiration, where in Rosemary's Baby, spoilers for Rosemary's Baby, the neighbors are conducting all this horrible stuff. But the first time you watch it, at least for me, I didn't even realize that. They just feel kind of nosy and annoying. My problem is, at least the way I directed this movie here, is, Jesse isn't nosy and annoying. He's creepy. And he's weird right away. And there's no way, like in this scene, I bet you're afraid to touch its eyes. No one is thinking that he's a sane person. Like, he's a murderer. I mean, he's a murderer. And that works if you're making a thriller. But the whole point is that the ending of this is supposed to be shocking.
Shocking, right.
And surprising. You don't see him being a murderer coming. You see this coming. I'm sorry.
I mean, you don't know best friends who talk like that?
No. Lucas, you're a sexy man, but you look fucking crazy in this movie, man. You look like a murderer, and I directed you like a murderer, and I shouldn't have done that. I should have changed that. The only thing I wouldn't change, I like how I directed you, and I like how I directed Anna a lot. Anna, kind of subtly in the background, feels like a victim, and I like that.
Well, I like that there's a lot of small moments you chose to include between, like, the way we see Jesse and, what's her name? Linda interact. Like, I mean, that small section, like, right away.
Yeah, that's what I like. I like the smaller stuff like that, and I wish I would have just been. But you know what? You always learn. It's not very clear. Yeah, you always learn things when you're directing stuff. So I'm really glad that I had to took this to learn it, and now I know in future horror stuff I can just tell them to act normal, and that is more effective because then when the audience rewatches it, they will have the effect of, oh my god, this person's scary.
Oh, right there. We had to use that stock photo of army people.
Yes, we did. That's in the bottom right of frame. They're hugging now, but yes, I
couldn't get the army gear.
Couldn't get the army gear. See, he just looks crazy though. That's the camera shadow right there. No, I couldn't get I just had to print out that army picture. I was actually going to do a flashback scene originally, or at least a flashback shot, but I thought it would be too on the nose, so I didn't go with it, and also I didn't have the
Was it a budget? Yeah.
Budget, and also it was of Lucas doing something crazy or Jesse doing something crazy, and I was like, I don't want to push it, so I'm glad I didn't push it even farther than what I already did. Speaking of mirrors, look at that. Mirrors everywhere. We'll talk about this more when the camera's moving, but even just a couple seconds ago, the camera was really off kilter, and you can tell this whole. I don't think there's really one tripod shot in this whole movie. It's almost all handheld.
It's all handheld.
There's a couple ones where I'm holding the camera on something and turning it, but in general, it's all handheld, and it. I don't know. So I like the handheld when I'm tracking you a lot.
Yeah.
But when I'm not tracking you, and it doesn't work. I don't think. Shouldn't be handheld, but you always learn. I'm still proud of this movie.
Oh, I saw your finger.
Really?
Yeah.
I never noticed that. I like this part. We won't be able to hear it because the audio, but when they shut the door kind of echoes and goes throughout the hallway, and it makes everything really quiet. This is the first moment I wanted to be creepy in the movie. That was the first moment I really wanted to be creepy, but we'll see. I like this shot, though. Scott doesn't know what to do. Jack shot that. I don't know if you remember that.
I do not.
I couldn't get that shot, and you shot that. The books. So he's reading Shattered by Dean Koontz, and he will later be reading Jaws by Peter Benchley. Both books have meanings to the movie a little bit. Shattered a little bit less. It's about someone that's stalking someone else, which of course Jesse does later in the movie. And Jaws, a little more on the nose. Something is underneath him the whole time. Obviously, the famous cover of Jaws. So, I'm one of those in there. I think those are good, slighter nods than the other stuff I did.
Something I will say. I'm actually gonna give a positive here. I like how voyeuristic it feels. Like like despite there not being like tripod shots.
Yeah.
Like a lot of shots are kept from a distance or peeking around a corner.
Right.
And I don't know. I think it sets you up well.
I do, and especially considering, Jesse isn't back yet, but there's still the idea that someone's watching him over and over. Even this scene, someone is technically watching him from upstairs, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But we're getting to a kind of low point here of the movie. How did you methoded for this one? And go into it as much as you feel comfortable with, but you don't method anymore, and you went through a really extreme thing.
So this was the first time I ever did method. Also my last. It's not something I'm necessarily interested in doing again.
Right.
But I was going to mention it when I saw the motion, but in order to prepare for this movie, I took like a week or two before to just get into the mindset and to try my best to become Scott as close as possible. So, for example, the dog tag was a really important part of my routine. I'd put it on in the morning and put it by my bedside at night. I'd wear it throughout the house, throughout the day, in the shower, and I wanted to develop a mannerism that could kind of, I think, reflect his anxiety or PTSD. So something that I would do is, there it is, right there, rub his dog tag. And so
yes, totally.
I ended up just doing that instinctively at a certain point. And I remember after we ended filming, I ended up just keeping the dog tag.
I remember that. I do remember that. For a little bit, at least a week or two.
Yeah, and I'd love to talk a little more later about some of the process that we went through, especially as the movie gets more intense.
Yeah.
But just to at least set up the base parts of his character.
Right.
The dog tag played a huge role, and what I attributed to it when I put it on in the morning.
Totally.
Brought a lot.
And when that's super big. We're coming up on a really cool shot, which will give me a good excuse to talk about just the great set. I mean, this is the best set I've ever worked on in regards to like the physical set.
Oh yeah.
You know, not that the community was great, but the physical set. This house is just this sprawling. I don't know what to call it. Maze is a bit of a rude word, but it's a great. This shot's really great. This is one of the best shots of the movie, and the sound kind of gets all crazy. But this house is just awesome, and filming in it was honestly scary a lot of the time, but also really rewarding to have this mansion that I really needed and wanted for this movie come to life. That's really cool, and it still works for the movie. I think the house is, foreboding aesthetic still works. And there he is reading Joss. He reads it all in one day, I think. He finishes it. No, he finishes it later. But yeah. Great set. Let's see what Scott's up to here.
Oh, he has the car pulling out. Okay.
Yes, this is the car pulling up. I guess this is where I'll talk about it. It gets a little bit worse later, but since we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. This movie isn't paced super well. I think it's paced fine for 30 minutes, and if you click on a video that's 30 minutes, you get what you get. But, there's a lot of scenes of you walking around and getting to places and hearing things, and it does feel like, in a horror movie, the tension should be rising, whereas I feel like we rise a little bit, and then we just stay flat, and we're kind of at the same base tension, besides you getting more nervous, and then we rise, of course, at the end. But it doesn't slowly get bigger, and I think that's something I've worked on a lot more in my writing. I will use I wouldn't use examples, but they haven't come out yet, so I don't want to talk about them. But I think I have gotten a lot better at it. And again, he's about to call Jesse, and Jesse's going to be really creepy here.
Something that was really interesting about the phone scenes. Of course, I didn't have Lucas to act with. You recorded all his lines in literally the room right over.
Yes, I recorded them all. In the
I think you played them for me once through, so I could hear his inflections, and then I had to try and remember.
Interesting.
What he was doing when I was talking on the phone.
Yeah, we shot all of Lucas's stuff, and when I say all of it, I mean even his silhouette stuff. Besides the ending, which of course his character shows up in, we shot all of it in a day.
Yes.
Basically, between 11 and 5. Or something. We shot it all really quickly. And so I had to get those voice lines down because we didn't have them. And I bet I did play them for you.
I remember,
Yeah. No, he delivered those lines great. And they do, the filter I put on the phone, it still sounds pretty good. I would say it's not perfect for a phone scene. Tried my hand at a shining dissolve there, but it didn't really pay off, I don't think. I think something that's interesting as well, I kind of mentioned it before, but a lot of my movies are, at least I've figured out I finally got my style down, which isn't a lot of movement. It's not a lot of camera movement besides tracking shots. And so to see the camera move this much is kind of interesting. I don't move the camera that much in my movie. So, like, in that one shot, the camera just spun all the way around to look at the entire 360 of the library. Still wish we would have written something underneath Dear Diary. So it's not just a blank page. We could have written anything, but it's just, oh, there he is.
Oh, there's the shot.
That's a good shot. I don't know how Scott doesn't see him when he turns around, but it's okay. He's just scared, and he's gone.
Trained military vet doesn't check
know.
his surroundings.
And the picture's moved.
Oh.
I don't know why I thought that would be terrifying. Why would Jesse move the picture? I don't know.
Oh, do you see?
Do you see? At the top right of frame? Oh. It'll come back, don't worry. I was really proud of this, so I did it again. I turned the camera around again. Jesse moved the picture. It's the scariest part of this movie. Yeah, top right of frame, and his head is there. I'm still very proud of that. I wish I wouldn't have turned around, I guess, to sit on it for another 10 seconds or whatever. But you know what? I think it's creepy as hell that he's using his wife's decapitated head and roaming it around. I would change this. I would have it just be him standing there, because I think that's a lot creepier. Not really pointed out. Him running, it's just blowing his cover a little bit. Like, I feel like it just is a lot more effective. And Jesse would just stand and stare, I feel like. But still a good shot. And I'm still proud of it. Scott's getting a little more scared. I would get the hell out of there, man. Absolutely not. I remember writing that Anna's head scene, being very proud of it.
Oh, he's hungry. Oh, I know what you're doing.
He's going to go for the bread sandwich, dude.
Bread sandwich, okay.
This is an iconic. Yeah, let's go for it.
This is a running trend.
It is.
In our movies.
Yep.
If one of us is on camera, and they have to eat food.
Especially a sandwich.
Especially a sandwich.
Oh, no, but no, food in general.
Food in general.
Something weird.
It's something weird. We started this with Nightwing.
Yep.
Where I made him a granola bar with crushed potato chips.
Yep.
Cereal in a pan.
It's a classic.
And then you got me with bread sandwich. In Past Due, I gave you Sour Patch Jello with carrots.
It kind of looks like cereal when you're watching Past Due, so it doesn't take you out. Yeah. And then let's not forget Dutch Angle, which I never ever do, but I do think it actually really works here. In Coin Flip, which will come out, I'm also eating a bread sandwich. We brought the bread sandwich back. I got a taste of my own medicine.
Yeah, I got that fucker back this time.
It tasted like shit. The bread sandwich is really bad. I don't recommend it.
I remember enjoying the audio.
Yeah, it spikes. It peaks.
It spikes and then just gets cut quiet.
And then gets cut really quiet. And the Skin Man. I guess we'll talk about the Skin Man, because we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. The guy that's like moaning at Scott upstairs is the skinned man you see at the end of the movie, who's like got half a body and is dying. I imagined it as like he was like partially skinned, and then because he escaped, Jesse just finished him off, cut him in half, and skinned the rest of him. Because no one can live if they're actually cut in half. Like, that's just not possible. So that was the idea. I don't think it really played very well, because I didn't have like a blood trail like leading anywhere, you know?
I thought the guy in the attic was with the punctured lung.
Oh, really?
I remember
because he can't breathe. Dude, I don't even remember my own movie. Yeah, he can't breathe.
He can't breathe.
And I do...
And it's like a slow death,
yes,
from what I remember.
And I do imply... I mean, later on in the movie, we get a really long scene where the attic opens. And so you have to assume that something happens with him. But it's just not really implied that the guy that's hanging down there later is him. You know, like if I remade this movie, there would be a blood trail leading to the door, and that would bring Scott to the door, or at least know something's going on there. There would be more of a connection, but... I do think that's one of the scarier ideas of the movie, is the skinned man. Just the idea.
Yeah, the grandparents won't let us pour blood on their carpets. I don't know what was up with that.
This is it's not my favorite scene in the movie, but it's the best directed scene in the movie. It's edited really well. He's slowly unraveling things about Jesse, and it's a little more real than I think how Jesse is portrayed before, which is definitely like just a crazy psychopath. But at least here, he's talking about something very real, killing his wife. Scott's finding this out for the first time. And the audio cuts like when you close the book. It's a pretty good scene. Yeah. I think this scene is still
cut together well.
It's cut together well. You're wearing the shirt already.
Yeah.
We'll show up
shirt,
later.
You know, actually, I remember I got that shirt in like middle school, and I thought it was sick because I was matching with like my Spanish teacher. And then we used it for this movie, and I just got rid of it.
You got rid of it?
I got rid of it.
Yeah, I don't.
I couldn't like, this is the shirt.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I would never be able to wear that shirt again. That's hell. I will.
Too bad it's a fire shirt.
It is a fire shirt. I'll talk about my 2 cameos in the movie, since when we get to the ending, we're going to have a lot to bounce off of. I have 2 cameos in the movie. I am the 911 operator right before Scott gets pulled down into the basement, and I'm also I play Lucas when he's masked up at the end. What I wanted originally for the ending, but I realized we couldn't because of schedule, was I wanted Lucas, at the end of the dungeon scene, you collapse on the ground when you see all the horrors of it. And then the door opens and closes, and Lucas in the suit with just some blood on him and maybe some blue hair is just standing there smiling.
Mm.
And then it cuts to you dead.
Yeah.
But I think that would have been more... I just couldn't do that because we just didn't have the time for schedule,
right.
and we had to prepare for that scene especially. So if I were to go back and remake it, that would be in the remake as well.
Oh, I spent a lot of time with this phone.
You do. You do spend a lot of time with this phone. See, there I am in the back. You can see me just a little bit in that mirror. Couldn't do anything about it. I can't. You did spend a lot of time with this phone. I guess I'll drop the news. There is a scene in Boo that is filmed here. I won't say what scene or anything, but there is a scene in something that's coming out very soon that was filmed at this house. And it was very weird coming back, and I said I would never come back. And I might come back. I might film something there again. If I ever remake Dogtag, I feel like I can't pick any other spot.
Yeah.
But we'll see. The lighting's also totally different in that room, but who cares? This isn't I'm Free, is it?
No, there's a bit more.
Lucas did deliver those lines pretty well.
Yes, he did.
I like those.
I don't know if you want to wait to mention it, but the audio during the last call.
Oh, yeah. I'll mention it. You brought it. I'll mention it. So my brother got a phone call from T-Mobile, and it was this... I don't use this word lightly, but it's demonic sounding. It's demonic. It's...
Wait, pause.
Yeah.
I just want to say, Lucas's delivery during this scene...
Yes, it's very good.
I really loved it.
Yes.
You played this right before this scene, because I remember this one specifically, this shot specifically. And there's... it was that small moment where I try to reach for my dog tag, but I just hesitate.
Put it down. Yeah. That was your idea.
Powerless.
That was your idea.
Yeah, it was... I don't know. Hearing his delivery on that totally influenced the way I wanted to approach that.
Because that's what he's like. He's saying,
shout out Lucas.
Yeah, and that's when he's like, say you understand me.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to control you to stay in your place.
Right.
So he can finish his plan. Right. Yeah. No, that... And then he's out talking. This is probably my least favorite example of pacing, because I aspired for something so big and it failed. I wanted to do like an Exorcist 3 level scare, or this really great jump scare kind of scene, and the scene just kind of goes on, and then a loud sound happens. You have to do something to elevate the tension, have a false misstep, and then have the real scare. And there is a true timing to a good jump scare. And I don't think I hit that here. I just got him washing his hands and looking at books. And
have you thought about what you would do different?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I don't know exactly what I would do in this scenario, but I definitely wouldn't. I would not have Scott be like, I'm just overthinking. Like, he would still be trying to wrap his mind around this, and so we could keep the tension at a certain level. But about the voicemail, yeah, my brother got a call from T-Mobile. It sounded demonic. It was like this automated phone call, and he was like, "You should use this in the movie." And I'm like, I actually will. And it was kind of a joke for a little while. I popped it in when we were editing, and it sounded so terrifying that it is my favorite part of the movie. I think actually is that, because it's like Jesse's doing a voice, but you can't really tell what the voice is because it's over this crackled phone, and it's really, I don't know, it's really creepy. It's like he's trying to imitate Linda. I don't know. It's just weird. I like it. Still going on. Checking out books. I remember exactly the book that I told Jax to pick up before the sound would happen. So every time I watch the scene, I'm like, the sound's about to happen, and then it happens. And also the sound isn't that scary. But that's all right. It's that book. I promise you. Was this the same day that we filmed the ending scene? This was, right?
Yes.
Do you want to talk about the ending scene? Like prep for the ending scene. Prep for the ending scene, because we're going to have a lot to talk about.
So, in regards to the whole method acting, me and Brett discussed beforehand, and one of the things we wanted to do was... thought we were fucking Stanley Kubrick, but we wanted him to be,
That's a good shot,
I wanted him to be harsher to me on set. One of the things he did before the ending sequence is he just put me in a room, took away my phone.
I remember this.
That must have been an hour and a half.
It was at least an hour. Me and Anna had to set up everything, which was a lot.
Yeah, there was a lot to set up down there. And, he just made me sit in silence throughout our time. Like, when we'd have food, he'd make me sit away from everyone.
Jax requested this, okay?
Yes, this was my will. But I honestly think that for where we needed it to be at it, I think it brought out what I was looking for, hopefully what you were looking for.
Yeah, totally.
It just made the set experience a little more uncomfortable, but I honestly enjoyed having that opportunity.
And
it put me more in the perspective.
It got to a certain point of like, we're almost done with this. Let's just end out with a bang. Let's just go out. We're already here. We're already almost done. This was already after we finished this upcoming scene, which was really hard to film. Let's just finish it. We'll just do it. And it was emotional when we were done. It was... And
there's something he had me do for the final sequence. I'm going to keep that to myself.
Yeah, keep that to yourself.
Because I think that one...
There's plenty to talk about in that ending scene.
Yeah, I think I just want to have that for me. I really appreciate what he helped me to do in order to get to that headspace.
This is the dumbwaiter scene. I really do like this scene. Right now, the audio is completely silent. I wish I would have cut it out a little bit later, like cut out the audio, say, about here or so. It's completely silent for like 15 seconds. And also, maybe even here. But the prop doesn't look great. I guess we're getting to the point of like, what did I find so scary about this idea that I wanted to make a movie about it? It's not really the physical stuff. The props don't look that great in the ending scene. The prop here surely doesn't look that great. But the idea of it is quite frightening to me, that this veteran is getting all of his old people together, murdering them, and murdering his wife.
In order to clear his conscience, in a sense. I remember we put water in your mouth for that puking scene. That's frightening. And him putting his wife's head up just in random places before he does that, stalking Scott. I mean, there's... I think it's
the idea behind it is scarier to me.
It's a little frightening that he kind of has like this weird, almost artistic approach.
Yeah,
I want to say.
Yes, totally.
Yeah, he's an odd dude.
He's weird.
Love this scene.
Yeah, this is the best scene in the movie. Jax kills it right here, and he's gonna call me in a second. My cameo. I'll talk about the narrative of the ending before we talk about what we actually physically did there. But my favorite horror movies, all of them, basically, have endings that completely, to me, turn everything on their head and make everything scarier. Sometimes because you don't expect it, sometimes because you don't want it to happen, but totally twist everything on its head. So again, my idea here was to have this moment coming up when he gets pulled down, especially, be really shocking and really surprising. I don't think it was... I mean, I think that part is shocking.
The yank works. I also love... we shot those literally at opposite levels. There's like...
We did.
Three levels to the house?
Yeah, and you can't tell.
No, you can't.
Because there's like a rolling
It's the audio, yeah.
Yeah, and it cuts together nice. But yeah, this ending scene is incredibly... At least, again, my intention with this ending scene was to be similar to like Hereditary, Rosemary's Baby. Wicker Man's a big one, where Wicker Man, I did not see that ending coming when I saw it. Don't Look Now is a huge one where it's just a total 360 spin. I won't spoil all of them just in case people haven't seen them. But huge influences on what I was trying to go for here. And what I try to go for in all my horror is have the ending bit just be this, I guess, clusterfuck. That's the best way I can describe it. Mm-hmm. This is the budget of the movie, yeah?
Yes, this is. And I want to say something that was so, I think, impactful for me as an actor filming this was that this was the first time I saw it.
Yes.
You set all this up, and then I remember before we went in, Brett walked me through and like gave me a layout
without any of the props.
Without any of the props of where I needed to pause at, and he just kind of told me vaguely what I would be seeing.
Right.
And so seeing.
Sorry, I
this
want
for
to talk
the
about that
first
just real quick.
Go ahead.
Me and Anna FaceTime for hours, putting that thing together. I think it's with Anna still, but we were on call forever putting that together. Everything else I bought off Amazon, but we put that together. We carved it out. We duct taped it to the wall.
Awesome.
It was cool. It was cool to spend money on a prop.
Yeah.
And make it homegrown. Anyways, continue.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that it really made this take this experience a lot more personal and authentic for me. Yeah.
And what I'll say, besides the the fake bodies everywhere, we didn't edit anything about this dungeon area.
No. This is all like the main cut, just intercut with some close-ups.
Yes, we did one take of the main walk around, which was the first time you saw it, and then we did some close-ups. And yeah, I still think, even though it's not surprising for the audience, it's still harrowing and surprising to Scott. And so I think that works at least a little bit.
Where did you get the audio like that ringing from?
Oh, there I am. So this light bulb, I was editing, and this light bulb was going out, and it just kept ringing. And my parents kept turning off the light and turning off the light and turning off the light. And because they were just so annoyed by it. They hated the ringing so much. And I was like, I'm going to use that. So then when they went to bed, I turned on the light again, and I used the ringing throughout the whole scene. And the dripping of the blood plays throughout all of it. I wish I would have centered these shots more, kept them, again, just locked that camera down. But I was so just wanting to get this movie done. I obviously wasn't as method into it as Jax was, but I was ready to be out of this castle, out of this area and headspace. I was very done. It's a really good final shot. I know it's basic, the first shot's the same as the last shot, and it's of an eye, and da-da-da-da, but I still think it's good. That's Dogtag. It's done. I'm still proud of it. There's about 1,000 things I could change. I could probably do 2 commentary tracks just about more things I would change. But I made it.
Sure.
And people helped me make it. And you know what? Still got a cool set.
For your first long movie.
First longer movie.
Yeah.
Proud of it. It's a cool set. Great performances. Interesting idea, at least at play. Creative ideas. We made special makeup for it. So that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Man, that was a nice rewatch.
Yeah. Thank you for watching this commentary.
You.